Hello, and welcome to this mini podcast series called Reclaiming Your Field. I am Christina Myers. I'm an energetics practitioner and teacher, and I'm here to help you navigate through these very big times and changes that we are going through as a collective through an energetic lens. And my hope with this series is to help you feel more empowered, help you understand the energetic connection of the systems that we have grown to know and understand as our baseline normal, and give you some tools and tips and resources in order to both identify the systems and how you might be attached to those systems, and also give you some very practical guidelines on what you can do to start to uncouple from the systems that we have come to know that are not probably the best thing for all of us to be continuing to attach to and give our energy to. So this really came out of a need I continue to receive from people contacting me. I've been on some other podcasts as well talking about this. And there's a lot of questions coming up right now because people are feeling something very destabilizing right now. And especially in the body, people are feeling restless. They're waking up in the middle of the night. They're having a lot of anxiety. There's changes happening to the physical body where they need a lot more sleep right now. And also the outer world feels very chaotic right now. As anytime you open your phone or you turn on the news or anything, you are seeing complete chaos happening all around us. And I'm here to just tell you that everything that you are feeling and experiencing is not your imagination. This is really happening. And we are going through massive changes. And I've been talking about this from the cosmological cycles, both on Instagram, and I'm doing more podcasts on Spotify and the other platforms and YouTube about this. Because now is the time to really start to talk more about how all of these systems are recognizing and showing a convergence of what's going on. But I also want you to understand that your body is actually registering the changes in this field, especially from a subtle energetic standpoint. And everybody's asking the same question right now. It's like, okay, but what do I actually do with all of this? How do I make changes? I just feel overwhelmed and I feel as though I just can't really deal with this right now. So there's a lot of people that are shutting down. There's a lot of people that are just freezing. They're just not sure. And a lot of us are going very numb into, there's a lot of really critical things going on in the world right now. And a lot of us have just kind of turned it off because we're so numb to the constant bombardment of what has been going on. So this is really designed to help you navigate through all of this shift and change. There is something new emerging, and I'm very hopeful from the things and the experiences that I've had that something beautiful is coming around the corner. But we have to get through the liminal space. We have to kind of navigate through these times in a very practical way and stop being in this very esoteric or, rose-colored glasses situation at times. We have to be very practical about the things that we need to do to move through this. So I have created a companion guide to go with this series. And it's on my website. It's stinamyers.com, and it's called Reclaim Your Field. And it's a 35-page document that you can download for free. And this is going to be a companion to the series of these many podcasts that I'm putting out around this very topic. I'm creating 8 very short episodes, one for each module that accompanies that guide. And the guide and these episodes both work together in tandem. So if you just want to use the PDF, fine, and not listen to the podcast. If you want to listen to the podcast and not use the guide, no problem. It's really up to you how you want to navigate through these times. But I'm trying to make sure that I am providing some really good, tangible information and that you move this through this at your pace, right? That however life allows or how much you want to dig in or not dig in, that's totally up to you. I know everybody is completely overwhelmed and one more piece of thing to do or information, it may just be too much right now, and that's okay, but it's there for you if you need it. So, we're really what we're talking about is how do we reframe the narrative? How do we reframe what matters in our lives? And part of this whole thing about reclaiming your field is how do we not really fight the system that's in place right now? It's already burning down, so it's already collapsing. So there's not a lot that we have to do to, really actively fight it. This is really about how do we pull back our energy? How do we look at it from an energetic lens? And how do we actually detach our energy from these systems? The key thing with all of this is that all of these systems that we have in place today were built by humans. They were thought up by humans, they were designed by humans, and they were inverted by humans. And it is really a lot of these systems have been built on extraction of your attention, your money, your time, and in many cases your physical body as well as the body of Earth. And so the only way that these things continues to sustain themselves is when they're fed more energy. And the most powerful thing that is available to any one of us is not resisting it, but it's withdrawing and redirecting our energy. So it's a very quiet process. It kind of goes against our conditioned nature as humans to do that. It's very much when I talk about staying in a neutral spot, trying to look at things from a 50,000 foot view, not getting emotionally sucked into things. I get a lot of resistance from people because that goes against kind of the emotional triggering that we're all used to having and receiving and doing all the time. And when you're in a place of neutrality, when you're in a place of being able to look at things from different perspectives, a higher mind, observing your own thoughts, that's actually self-sovereignty. That's actually powerful work. And it's a powerful place to be when you're not reacting to these things and from an emotional, explosive lens. So this is more about the quiet approach. This is more about purposeful approach. This is more about taking one choice at a time and really applying that in a very easy way that is not going to overwhelm you or overwhelm your system. Okay. So just a little bit of a brief overview on the different segments that we're going to be talking about. That is also part of this guide. We're going to talk about our economic body. We're going to talk about the information field. Then we'll move into the spiritual body, our physical body. We'll also talk about the relational field. And I'm also going to provide some daily practices, very simple, again, not to overwhelm you, that you can add into your daily life every day. Each one of these episodes is going to run about 5 to 8 minutes. Super easy, digestible, downloadable, and it's got one idea that's fully baked in and fully landing, hopefully, for you. And again, you don't have to do it all. Start with the episode that feels more aligned for you, and then we can go from there as far as anything else you want to dive into. Okay. Again, the full companion piece, the downloadable Decoding the Collapse companion guide is on my website at stinamyers.com. And I'll also be providing some little mini updates as we go over on Instagram at the Stina Life. Thanks for being here.